shining, at least a little bit here, even though I have to be in my den trading. But the sun is shining. Markets are sitting at all-time high. The S&P and the Nasdaq are sitting pretty. We are seeing some retracements today as the uncertainty of the war continues to be overhead, but not to worry. Trump is here to save us, apparently. You know, the big question is to war or not to war, to hold or not to hold, to buy or not to buy. Those are the questions that we'll be trying to answer in this episode of
To
Market Bots. Now,
cry or
maybe
not to cry.
to cry or not to cry. It's true. It's true. But in this episode, we have Timothy, Dimitris, Mimi, and myself. Don't forget to leave your comments in the chat, and we'll make sure to touch on those things. Dragos again on today's episode of How Fucked Up is Fucked Up. But we have major events happening. The Americans seized 3 Iranian shipments, like oil shipments. That's going to get interesting, hence why the market was a little bit red today at the start of the day. But we seem to be coming back from that. The ceasefire is extended until Sunday, which scares me a little bit because Trump likes to do things on the weekend. So hopefully he doesn't do anything and he stays calm. Everybody remain calm. Peace is on the way. But yeah, Trump's rhetoric seems like he wants to get a deal done. Seems like he doesn't want to continue to drop bombs on Iran. He needs to focus on the midterms. Hopefully that's what happens. I wonder, the moment we sign that ceasefire, would it be the time to sell everything, you know? The big saying, buy the drums of war and sell the trumpets of victory. Brings me back to that. And then Kevin Warsh spoke this week. We got a little bit of a glimpse of how he would be as a Fed chair. I'm kind of excited. I don't know. Like, I'm not super worried. We are going to share with you a couple of the companies that are on our desks and that we're paying attention to in this episode of Market Buzz. Thanks so much, everybody. All right. So, first things first. What are you guys seeing in the markets that's kind of spooking you? Or not spooking you? You know what I mean? What are you bullish about, too?
We had earnings of software stocks yesterday. I don't know if you saw, but ServiceNow reported earnings. We had Salesforce reporting earnings, and there's a lot of negative price action going on pre-market. And ServiceNow dropped 12%. CRM, Salesforce dropped around 4%. I think the AI fear is still alive that is going to disrupt these companies. And I mean, my whole vision of investing is to understand the business. So I look into the earnings, and yesterday earnings still showed growth, still showed how they are innovating. So I'm talking about ServiceNow. They are investing heavily on AI, which makes their capex spending very high. Just like with all the other Mac 7 stocks, you have Amazon, Google, Meta all investing heavily in AI. And it's all to basically improve their moat, improve their brand. And in the short term, yes, this will cause a lot of fear and negative price action, just like we saw in 2022 with Meta. It was the same kind of fear. But I believe that due to these investments, they will come back stronger. They will continue to improve their moat. And in my case, it's about a conviction here. So if people say they're losing market share due to small businesses, due to AI, I say show it in the numbers, and it's not showing it in the numbers. So I'm staying skeptical about the negative fear around here. And yeah, in the short term, things might go even lower, but that's how you lower your average cost price. And that's how I bought Meta below $100 during the 2022 bear market. And now it's at 600 and everyone is fearful again.
Yeah. It's interesting because they don't have a lot, like there is a lot of fears that big companies and everybody's just gonna like change software right off the bat. And obviously, like some of the fears are true, but the thing is like we really think that these companies haven't seen this coming, looking at their stock price and saying, "Oh, AI is a thing that we need to pay attention to. Let's start developing these teams." Right? Something to pay attention to. Like if they're gonna use AI, these software companies are gonna be the ones leading that charge. right? So
And yeah,
just
I think
incorporate into the
some of
consumer base.
these
Yeah.
software companies are very sticky. It's like an octopus that's inside of all of these smaller clients, and it's hard to get the paws cut from them. So maybe they're looking for cheaper options, but it's gonna be hard to just say, okay, we're gonna stop this partnership and look for another AI business
Yeah.
to start over.
Even IBM took a hit too in IT services. You know. So this was interesting. Earnings last night. I think the important ones we had Vertiv, VRT, we had GE Vernova, and VRT was down in the AI sector. And I know that they meet expectations and they beat on both earnings and earnings per share, but the company went down just because guidance was not increased as much as they wanted. But GEV did manage to find a it did really well. It's now over 1,137. I sold some pre-market on my position, and wow, insane. And then Vertiv was the other one, which I think they are somewhere. VRT right here. Yeah, they did come down a little bit, but they're just retesting. We potentially see the continuous momentum. I'm expecting it to have it.
Of course, the Nasdaq has been going up like tremendously in the last couple of weeks. I mean, it had like 12 up days in a row, which is a record. So you have to expect some consolidation. You have to expect that the price doesn't move in a straight line. And yeah, look at that. Now
It is as close
basically
as a straight line as you can get, though.
you can expect a retest of at least the breakout level. I mean, that's like classic TA. That would be very normal. But yeah, I I still believe the low is in for this year, and it won't be breached.
Yeah. What do you mean? Breach what?
I I think the low is in for this year, so
Okay.
we won't see a new low in 2026.
Okay. Okay. Do you think we come back sideways for a little while before we continue and resume? Because we're still expecting what, September, October to be the other second rally? Because a lot of
Yeah,
analysts are calling for like May weakness, right?
yeah, that's typical what we see in the midterm cycles. So this year is a midterm year, and we know starting from May, we said it last week, it's gonna get more choppy. And I mean, of course, with everything that's happening around us with the war, I don't see um, a calm market that's just trending up. I see volatile swings. It's gonna be difficult to trade. So for me, it's gonna be a dip buying market where I buy the dip and sell the rip.
Okay. Are you guys raising cash at all?
Yes, yes,
I
I
know
am.
Mimi is. Timothy, what about you? Oh, Timothy's playing the game of Froze. Dimitri, what about you?
No, I'm not raising cash, but I'm not buying either. I think the time to buy was weeks ago, and now if you're buying now, you're just trying to catch up. You probably missed the alpha. You missed that temper like if you're an investor and you felt better about this market like yesterday or like a couple of days ago, I think it's a bit too late. All the alpha is out of the picture and it's just gotten a bit risky. But to answer your first question, what do I see in this market? I see a market that has gone back and worries about whatever it was worrying prior of the war, because the oil futures market shows volatility in the short term, but shows oil down like in the medium term. I think it was like in the 70s in the summer. So the market assumes, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the market assumes that Trump is going to get this done like sooner or
Yeah.
later, and we're going back to whatever we were prior of the war. It's going to be some volatility in between, like some inflation fears and all of that, but we're going back to that. And the market has the fears that they had prior of the war, which is the AI fears, whatever Timothy talked about ServiceNow, about software. And so in the one thing, we see the market being like immune of whatever is happening in the geopolitical like the geopolitical fears. But in the other hand, it's not everything rallies. We don't care about earnings. Everything goes up. Everyone is happy. So we're not there either, which is an interesting place to be, since the market still has some fears about software, which I believe, you know what, I'm not as comfortable buying software right now as I would be like buying, some traditional sectors of the economy. But it's an interesting place, and you asked the question on eToro earlier today, if you're buying here, you're selling here, or you're holding here. I don't know if I would sell here, but I know for a fact I wouldn't be buying anything here, right?
It was interesting. That has been the most like the most equal poll I've ever done. Where it's like I think it's literally like everything is the same.
Everyone is confused.
Yeah.
Everyone is confused. Some people are bullish, and people are bearish, and like they can both make the case of how they feel. Sometimes we are like in a roaring bull market, and one guy saying Tesla is going back to $10, and you're like, you fucking idiot, shut the fuck up. But we are not there. People can have a bearish case and a bullish case, and you're like, you know what? I can see both sides, and that's where we are. So I wouldn't be selling here. I wouldn't be buying here. Raising cash, I don't know. So it's a bit confusing because it's not as clear. It's a buying opportunity, or you have to
Yeah.
take profits. We are not there. And to answer Jago's question about United Healthcare, if I still have United Healthcare, yes, I still have it. I did not sell a single stock since 2024. Now, as far going back to 600, that is going to take a while. We're going to need a couple of more earnings just to get the confirmation that the turnaround is in motion. It shows for the time being. It shows that the company is getting back to whatever they used to do before 2024. And another question he asked about Novo, is Novo dead? No, Novo is not dead. Actually, Novo, if you want to buy Novo, now is the time to buy Novo, right? I know it doesn't make sense, but if you want to get them a bit cheaper, that's the time to buy them.
Like I'm
So
sure they'll figure out a way to get to come around this, right? So
you know
I
what?
did hear some rumors I didn't like.
They are Europeans, and they have their way of messing everything up. But the risk to reward ratio, it's much better.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
have to look at it like that.
Mimi, what are you seeing
Yeah.
right now? Because you said you are raising cash.
I have been for a while, but the thing is, like, because I'm trading actively, it just seems like I just don't have a lot of cash available. It's just like in and out, in and out. What am I seeing at the moment? Well, firstly, I'm really tired because I haven't been sleeping very much. I had a night 2 nights ago where I stayed up to 5 a.m. Analyzing the previous crashes that we had uh, since the 1920s, right? So the 1920s, 1929, 1973, 1987, 2008, so on. And I I, I had somewhat of an epiphany to look at all of the patterns, and it's the first time ever. And again, this is just obviously speculation, but based on my thesis, I'm overlaying so many ideas. But what I'm seeing is that for the very first time in history, we're seeing a lot of the issues that caused the previous crashes are all converging right now. So right at this time in moment 2026, we're seeing all of the problems that we saw in the 20s and the 70s and the 1987 Black Monday, the 2008 financial crash. All of that is converging, and all of the elements that caused those crashes we're seeing now. So that's one of the many things that is causing me to become a lot more cautious. So what am I doing? Recently, the last 48 hours, I bought more oil. I The last week I've started scaling in my shorts, and maybe I am a little too early because S&P made a new all-time high, and I do actually see it going a little higher or choppy. As for whether it has bottomed or not, I don't think it has this year, and I don't think Bitcoin has bottomed this year either. So that is still, my thesis still remains. It's more like my time frame and time horizon, like how long, because I see that we're in a distribution phase, whereas some people see consolidation. And so I think that the best situation for me personally and my strategy is to trade my way through this year. As for oil and geopolitics, again, I hope that there is a long lasting ceasefire. I just don't see it, and I can't even keep up with whether the Strait of Hormuz is open or not. It's like we're closed, we're open, we're closed, we're open, and it's just now that I have to take into consideration the news, but then also look at the chart. And the chart for oil, unfortunately, right now looks strong and bullish. And so, based on that, and based on my thesis that this war is going to be longer than expected, past beyond this year, I bought oil and I'm just trading that.
Yeah, Mimi, are you using your AirPods?
I thought I was.
Do you
I
have
can
them
hear
on you?
myself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I
because the
do.
microphone is picking up. I think it's the AirPods, so maybe that's why everybody's saying. But it might just be. But it's okay. I mean, for now, we'll.
Let me just. I'll be back.
Whoop. But yeah, I mean, like the thing is like there is many fears currently in the market, right? Like the question is which one will materialize and create another shock? I mean, the Trump factor continues to be one of the major risks here, right? And from there, we have to kind of, sort of like make a prediction. Like for me, I'm raising a little bit of cash. Like I bought some things at really good prices, right? Whenever we told you guys, it was like, hey, this is the time. If there's something you like, buy it. This was the time to make a decision.
What are you
You
referring
know,
to? What are you
two
referring
weeks
to?
ago. 2 weeks ago. I mean, like now you ask me, do you think that we would have seen a rally like this? Like this rally is a top rally since 1956. Understand this. A rally like this has not been in the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq for over 70 years. So to understand, and obviously like some of the things I don't like, which I was telling you, Dimitris, is like, for example, like the volume is starting to come down, right? So there's not that many sellers, right? So all it takes is for the sellers to come back. Some of the things that are being attributed to this rally is a short covering. People got cut out. People had too much cash, right? Like because we were too toppy and whatever. And all of a sudden, you are seeing how the market dynamics are coming into play and creating these opportunities. Do I think that we're just gonna go straight up, continue to be like this? Like, how fast could we get to 10K in the S&P? If we continue to do this, right? It's like, so obviously, like at some point, we are gonna see some cooling, right? And it takes me back to the saying I said at the beginning: hey, buy the trumpets. When you hear the drums of war, buy the market. Sell it when you hear the trumpets of victory. In this case, like I just don't know how long it's gonna last, but it seems that Trump doesn't really want to continue the fighting. Right now, if Iran becomes the bad guy and it starts the attacking, that allows for maybe Europe to come in, but I don't think anybody wants that, right? I think right now Trump is sitting pretty in a good position, and he just wants to end this so he can focus on domestic problems instead of worrying about international. Because right now the America first is like America is like down the line, right? We're worrying about the international markets, oil prices, and all that stuff. And the market doesn't seem to pay too much attention. He said at some point they'll get it sorted, but obviously the oil problems continue to be a risk because we are not getting production. We are cutting down production in the Gulf states. That's going to create problems to production, and then that's going to maintain the oil prices at current levels, which will have an effect. Now, we also had Warsh speaking, right? And the definitions he gave to the Senate I didn't like, right? But he defended himself well, right? For example, like his definition of inflation is just like anything that changes the way that the consumer is affected. No, right? Like it doesn't click for me. It doesn't click for me. Like it's like, but obviously he wants to come in. He wants to put it like technology and innovation within the Fed, which I really appreciate that because the definition of inflation that the Fed has is super archaic. So that's also something to pay attention to. Like the CPI and the PCE. Come on, like like there are other indicators like Trueflation that actually show benefit, like that have shown inflation to be under 2% for a while now. So stuff to pay attention to. But now I want to understand and I want to know what is on your desk right now. Who wants to take this first? I know Timothy has to leave first, so I'm gonna get him to go first.
Okay. So I said it before. I'm buying now, and now is currently down like 12% from the highs it had here. I do think that we could see it drag much lower, so I drawed a few lines where I'm willing to buy. So this is how you plan your allocation. You don't buy everything now. You wait for a level to hit, you buy, and then you keep some cash in case it drops further. So that's what I'm planning to do. And usually at these swing low levels, that's where I like to buy, because there's usually a takeout of a swing low before a big reversal. So yeah, now is on my list. I'm thinking of if I had any altcoins, because crypto did actually pretty well this week. We were talking about
Bitcoin to the moon.
TRX had a nice breakout indeed. So we talked about this last week. Now you better wait for a retest before buying again. And that's it. I mean, crypto is doing good, but I still think this is a lower high on the long-term time frame, unless we get above this 85 range, 85 level. So if Bitcoin can reclaim that level, maybe things change. But for now, I still see this as a downtrend within the bear market. So not much buying crypto right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say exactly whether, liquidity is flowing into AI because of, and out of crypto. The thing with Bitcoin, because I know Bitcoin out of everything, I chart Bitcoin every single day, and it's just been my indicator, because I think it front runs everything. And I think Bitcoin, to me, Bitcoin is still doing its thing. Crypto is still doing its thing, and the relief rally is still ongoing. And that's why you see a lot of altcoins are doing really well as well. So if Bitcoin does well, some alts will do well as well. But overall, Bitcoin is still dominating alts. Is there a rotation? I don't think so. I just think that crypto is not doing well because we're still in a risk-off environment. There is no rotation, and so as for why AI is doing its thing, it's still in probably that hype phase. Great, yeah, and it's probably still in that hype phase, and again, nothing makes sense, and that's why everybody is so confused right now, and it's just in line with how the environment is. You have news coming out that it's negative, yet the S&P is ripping. But then again, the question we have to ask is, what is holding the S&P up, and what's causing it to rip? Just a small handful of tech companies, really. So
Correct. Yeah.
that's concerning.
No, it's very, very true. Okay, so what are you paying attention to, Mimi? What's on your desk? What are you buying right now? What are you selling? What are you shorting?
Yes. So I started scaling into my Bitcoin shorts, unfortunately, as much as that pains me. I am beginning to short the stock market, but I am still positioned for more upside. I'm not going all in. I am, in terms of if we're talking more like a midterm-ish, maybe long-term investment or trade, it's food commodities and energy stocks. So wheat, agriculture, which is DBA. What else was that? Fertilizer is a huge one because we have not felt the shock of that yet. Fertilizer. Nutrient is one. CF Industries is one. And those are the ones that I'm scaling into. And oil, I'm just in and out, That's it.
Okay.
Oh, Bloom Energy. Can we just keep mentioning Bloom Energy?
Oh, for
Bloom
sure.
Energy just keeps
Yeah.
going. It's just great, and it is one of my long-term plays. I don't think I will. I took some profit the last few weeks, but I think it's just such a great concept and company that I'll continue to invest when there's an opportunity to.
Nice. No, Bloom Energy, Evernova had earnings yesterday, and I pre-market. I was like, look, like it's probably gonna had really good earnings, but it's probably gonna sell off, right? The catalyst is probably gonna be negative. I sold at 1,030. It's sitting at 1,100 and how much? 40. So $100 per share. I sold, right? It's like sometimes, I mean, like you're not gonna get I still 75% of my position is still there, so I'm making money. But it's like, it just feels that in this market, like when you sell something that's really good, it just keeps on ripping. Now, obviously, at some point it'll come down if it gets too expensive. But yeah, no, I like Bloom Energy is one of the ones that I'm biting myself on because I didn't get in.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dimitris, what about you? What's on your desk?
So let me go back to the point that you make a few minutes ago, that this rally has been the most violent rally since the 1950s. Yeah, but why has been so violent? And the answer is because the tech came back, but tech is not trading at all-time highs and then making new highs every day. Tech was down average, what was like 20-30%.
Already before this, yeah.
So everything looked serious. The oil trade and the commodities trade was done. You can't really get into it. Like you couldn't get into it like few weeks ago. It was like way too risky. And then everyone goes to what they know best, and it's tech. And at the time, 3 weeks ago, like a month ago, tech was valued really, really low. And they are a big part of the indices of the Nasdaq and of the S&P. Are you laughing about the noise in my
cough, yeah, I'll put my hands up just in case.
Yeah. So everyone piled up on tech, and tech came back so violently. At the same time, this is the world we're living now. Everyone is an oil trader and everyone is a tech trader. You go to the gym and say, oh, have you seen AMD? I bought some AMD. Good for you. That's what carries this market higher. But the earnings, at least to this point, suggest that we're going to have a decent earnings season, right?
I think earnings expectations are actually up.
Yes. So is it justified for this? What's happening today with the sirens? The EU, they're coming to Cyprus for the summit. That's why everyone is passing through my house. Or the prime minister, they're coming to Cyprus for the. That's what the.
So they can talk about talking of the talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
They need to do that.
They have to get together, discuss some regulations.
Of course.
Some
talking about the regulations of talking,
yeah.
because first we must set the parameters.
Yes.
Europe.
But yeah, so what's on my desk? Tech is not on my desk. It was on my desk like weeks ago, so I'm not looking into tech. I mentioned a name last week, Hermes. And actually Novo is back on my radar, only because if you look through my portfolio, to the top 10 positions, most of them somehow recovered. Novo is the only one lagging behind. And like I said, at this level, the price to earnings is like a joke. I mean, this is a really old company. It's like a 120-year-old company. And if you look through the history, they went through these periods like before. So it's not like they're going out of business, just a matter of time. And the way you position yourself is not following the trend, and whatever goes up, you buy it. That's not how you create alpha. You have to buy them at a time that nobody wants them, and you have to stay you have to take the chance to looking like an idiot for a while, and then you look like a genius.
Yeah.
If they come back. Instant gratification, it's something very dangerous in market. You want to get it right, and you want to get it right now, and that's how you get in trouble. So yeah, Novo and Hermes, it's what's on my desk right now.
You
Yeah.
did buy more Solana, I saw like 2 weeks ago. Are you like averaging your cost down, or is it because you like the project?
Are you talking to me, Timothy?
Yeah,
No, I haven't. I did not buy Solana. Maybe it
your
was the staking.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe the
Just in
staking.
case.
The
Yeah.
staking.
I was checking your latest buys.
I did not buy crypto like in. I don't think I bought crypto in this year.
Then it's
Everything
probably the staking, yeah.
staking. Yeah.
Yeah. For me right now, I have purchased Uber. I bought. Let's see. I bought Boeing. Let's have a look. Yeah, I know it's crazy. I was like, I know. I am so mad that Trump got me out of my USO position. I would be making bank right now. The moment he said the ceasefire, I believed him. I was like, oh, we believe him. And then oil dropped, and I managed to get out. And I was like, oh my god, I'm the cleverest person in the world. I think I exited USO at 119, and it touched 110, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so clever. I'm so smart. And I didn't re-enter, which should have been the trade. I should have re-entered, but I had a hope. I wanted to trust the ceasefire. Next thing I know, USO is sitting at 130. I'm like, god damn it. God damn it. So the question is, how long is this fire gonna last? Yes. So my position on Micron got bigger as the prices kept coming down. I did the strategy that Timothy was talking about, where it was like, if it was going lower, I was going more. If it was going lower, I was buying more. And I should have doubled my position when it reached 314 whenever I set it on eToro. So by the way, don't forget to check out our links below. Because we do give tips and things of the things that we're doing on a everyday basis. So make sure to catch up with that. But yeah, I bought Micron. I bought shares of Micron at 314, right? And like I have a 2x leverage Micron position that I'm like slowly exiting, not on my eToro, but on my personal accounts, and I'm slowly kind of exiting those positions. But I still hold Micron, right? Like the forward PE on Micron is sitting at 5 still. And if you believe that this is the big thing, right? Like the AI market is pricing in the CapEx cycle to peak in 2028. The question is, do we peak at 2028, or do we see such innovation that this continues to be the case? I believe that we're going to continue to be the case. Hence, the Micron cycle should continue to rally. We're seeing HK Hynix and Samsung do the same thing. Shout out to Toby. You know what I mean? Like he called Samsung very nicely. If you're looking to trade South Korea, Iwi is very nice too. What else? I bought some more JP Morgan right after the earnings. They just dropped for no reason, and I was like, thank you very much. I was looking to get in anyways. I'm selling the companies where the profits are kind of where they are like we're breaking all-time highs, we're sitting pretty, and then I'm trying to evaluate where I'm gonna go next, right? So companies like Amazon are very high, but they're still looking good. Google, I really like, right? So then this question where Adi was asking about, am I bullish? Like I'm bullish, you know what I mean? The problem is like, have we seen all of the momentum and all of the euphoria go into these companies already? And are we going to be scared of a CapEx boom again, right? Or a CapEx increase in this case? So that's something you got to take into consideration. We've just gone up so fast that we potentially see a retracement back. I am expecting May to be a little bit more calm, whether it's like within a range or lower. We could, right? Like I don't think we're going to continue to go up as fast. Therefore, I'm raising a little bit of cash. It's like I'm selling like 5 to 10% of my positions. I'm still like invested. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm exiting the position. Like I'm slowly placing. I think the best time to buy Tesla, by the way, Graham, is gonna be on the day of the SpaceX IPO. Like on the day, or like a couple of days before the IPO, because it's like, so one of the theses that I have on Tesla is that Tesla has the Elon premium, which is based like the only way to get exposure to Elon Musk is through Tesla. So you buy Tesla to get exposure to everything he does, even though that's not the reality. When a SpaceX comes into the market, that's going to get divided, but that's going to get peak fear just before the SpaceX earnings, because the people are going to migrate and then they're going to try to get in. SpaceX is going to go up, going to come back down. Look at the eToro chart. You'll figure it out. You know what I mean? But yeah, so far, Like I'm raising a little bit of cash. Like it's just because like some of my positions I'm not comfortable in. Like I bought leverage a lot of ETFs and stuff just because it got to a point where it just made sense. Now, am I exiting those positions? Yes. Right? Like I'm reducing my options exposure. I'm using my leverage ETFs exposure, and I'm just waiting on cash. You know what I mean? Like it's not bad sitting on cash. Like Dimitri said this to me, and it hits so right. The market going down is not bad if you got cash to deploy. Now, if you don't have cash to deploy, that sucks. That sucks. So a little bit of cash on the sidelines is never gonna kill anybody, right? Like you can always redeploy it, right? You can always redeploy it higher if you see something that gives you the sense of euphoria. But yeah, I just right now I'm sitting on like I think I'm increasing slowly my position on eToro, and then my personal accounts I'm sitting on like 20% cash. So
I'm at 22.
right, so it's like I don't think it's crazy. Obviously, like the thing is like if you're increasing the money that you're putting into the account, that's also like raising cash, right? So it's like it's not the only way to raise cash. You don't have to sell the investments, obviously, but it's like one thing right now is just like we're too euphoric, like like nothing has changed in the Gulf and everybody acting like we're done. And like I trusted Trump once and I lost money on the oil. I've trusted Trump many times and I've lost money, but I've made money also, so I cannot complain. I think who was it? I think it was Dragos that asked me. It was like, "Are you happy?" Because you said you wanted Trump because of the volatility. Are you happy? And he asked me like the start of February, and I was like, "Yup," because the market had bounced. So, yeah, Timothy, do you have to go?
Yeah,
All right,
guys, I'm gonna leave. See you next week. Check out the portfolios. If you wanna
Check out Timothy's
have
courses.
a personal agent trading for you,
Are
I
you
can make it
100%
happen.
profit on that? Are you like I read your post. Are you 100% like 100%
Um,
success rate
So the
still?
thing is, it's buying in layers, and that layer that is buying, it's always selling at 1% profit, and I'm doing it on Bitcoin with the idea that eventually it will make new all-time highs again. So all my trades that I'm making and I've closed are in profits, but I do have some positions still open that are not yet hitting the profits.
Okay.
So they're still open.
Okay. All right. Timothy, nice to see you. We'll see you in the
Bye-bye.
next episode of Market.
Bye.
All right. Mimi, I know you have to leave soon also. So anything else you guys want to talk about real quick before we go our separate ways? Any questions you have in the chat, shoot them over. I don't think we missed anything, have we?
Thoughts of like a lot of the oil refineries just apparently catching on fire and blowing up. Texas, Myanmar, India, Australia,
What happened?
Russia. A lot of the oil refineries have been blowing up, and it's been a coincidence. I guess we're just getting into kind of this, tin foil hat theory speculation.
Kilo of salt
area.
time.
But
I mean,
but
yeah.
but this is actually like in the news, right? So
When are we gonna
Australia,
get the satellites? Is the question. When Market Bus? When are we gonna get the satellites so we can like take pictures of the refineries? I guess at some
I
point
don't-
we gotta.
yeah, I
We
don't
gotta
know.
become a hedge fund at some point.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well,
But
continue,
I don't know
so.
if you guys have heard in the news that that's been
Like I've
happening.
heard a couple, but it's been apparently because of like you say. Like I don't think
It
they've.
started with
I've,
Texas, I think, and then that was just like, oh, well, it was like something happened, there was an accident, blah blah blah. So I think it happened twice in Texas. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. And then there's Russia, there's Myanmar, there's India, and then there's Australia. So
like
all of
Russia,
them,
I get it. Russia, I understand because I know the Ukrainians have been going nuts. Like the
yep,
Ukrainians are winning right now. It's kind of crazy. Apparently, it's like
yeah.
their drones
Australia,
technology is nuts.
Australia, Australia, and we need energy. We need oil. And yeah, I just heard. I didn't look into it deeply, but I skimmed through some of the news about all these oil refineries catching on fire or something like that. And so that's not great. Uh, yeah, I just thought you guys knew as well, but that's all right.
No. They like the thing is like I've heard some of them, but I haven't linked it as a because for me, for like I know if it happens in America, they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna find out because like the left, all they want to do is just be able to like look at what Trump did because it'll be Trump's fault. And then the Ukrainians have heard. I haven't heard the rest of the world, but I have also haven't been looking, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Something
So,
I'll pay attention to for sure.
well, I'm paying attention now because there's more that's come out. So when it was just like a few places, I was like, yeah, just look, come on, coincidence, and everyone's being a little dramatic, and yeah, maybe something's happened. But now it's just like, yeah, Australia happened, and then India, Myanmar, and that piqued my interest, and I'm like, wow, okay, there's got to be something that's happening right now, and it's just so the timing is impeccable. The timing is terrible also. So
And questionable.
questionable, very questionable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like any damage to infrastructure is gonna cost issues here, right?
Yeah.
Check this out. So apparently there's two factions in Iran right now, and that's the reason he hasn't been able to get anything clear lately. Because apparently there are two major factions. There's the government and potentially the IRGC, or people within the IRGC. So Trump just had a report. Breaking news. I have ordered the United States Navy to shoot and kill any boats, small boats, they may be. Their naval ships are all 150 of 59 of them at the bottom of the sea. That is putting mines in the waters of the strait. There is no hesitation. Additionally, our minesweepers are clearing the strait right now. I'm hereby ordering that activity to continue, but at a triple up level. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Apparently, it's like 6 months. Like I've heard some reports that it's like 6 months until we see like the full clearing of mines in the strait. And then I've also heard that to get a ceasefire done, some people are saying anywhere from 3 to 6 months from now. Like to get it cleared.
But we have a ceasefire right now.
No, to get a deal. Sorry, to get a deal, or get the strait back open, kind of thing. But obviously, like this can change tomorrow, So, and then there is this one.
But what the future market is saying?
Yeah, the futures market. Probably. Well, markets. The oil is a little bit up today. Here, let's have a look. So oil is a little bit up today, but heating oil and natural gas are still negative. So, heating oil has been more of a.
Season is changing.
Also, that's also the freaking shot. The oil, the gas rate. Yeah. I was supposed to be making money on gas. I didn't make no money on gas. I lost so much money. It's crazy. I try to trade it, and it just.
Yeah.
It doesn't behave like I want it to, and it's like, why not? Just go up and do what I want. That'd be nice. But yeah, oil. I mean, like it's still like the thing is just like right now, the oil markets, at least to me, they make sense. We have Brent higher than crude. We have the difference between months starting to come down a little bit. So we are like the risk reward premium is kind of gone, right? Like the May contracts, I don't even know if the May contracts, did the May contracts stop trading? I think they have. Yeah, I think they might have. Okay, crap. That's why there's
until Sunday.
Correct. So ceasefire is officially extended until Sunday. They said 3 to 5 days. They put it to 5 days. Obviously, but the thing is the two faction things I understand. That makes sense to me, right? So it's like if we go here, he posted this 27 minutes ago. If there are two factions, one of them wants a deal, and they're like, let's kill the ones who don't want a deal. So he put. The thing is like I wouldn't think it crazy that there is two factions.
But that's what Trump wanted. He wanted to divide the
powers.
The powers, yeah. So he's getting there and he's holding the world basically hostage with energy. But the market doesn't see this as World War III, but as just a temporary inconvenience.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why the market rallied, but at the same time it was supported by earnings.
Yeah.
So because I bet if earnings did not come as strong as they have, at least until now, I don't think the market rallies
would have kept up. Yeah, for sure.
But the key date is Nvidia. When is Nvidia reporting, Nesto?
I think by the end of.
Do we have a date?
Have a look. Yeah. I'll give you the date. Nvidia reports May 25th. So by the end of May. So it's still so long, like 2 months from now.
Yeah, it's like a month away.
No, a month.
Yeah, because that's the ground zero of the AI trade. If
But
they,
you know, I have a theory that Nvidia is the last one to find out.
What do you mean?
Because
Find
it's
out
like
what?
Nvidia, because everybody buys chips from Nvidia, right? But it's
Yeah.
like all of a sudden it's like by the time everybody decides and we see Nvidia, it's gonna be too late. Because we're gonna get a hint that the chips are gonna slow down. At some point they will slow down. And I think Nvidia is gonna be the last to know. So it's like the
And
last exit in a sense. The
the
last to
question is
raw.
like, how is this energy crisis going to affect the production of semiconductors?
The thing is that their supply chains are robust and they've gone already they've already been prepared for something like this because they went through the Russia-Ukraine war and there was already disruptions there. Then we had like the tariff stuff, we went through COVID. So like I'm pretty sure they're dealing with it okay. At least for 20, like apparently some of the rumors are at least for 2026, most of it is already dealt with. Now
Okay.
the question is for the future and how that increases because we're gonna see increases in cost, increases in everything, right? Because the thing is you're never gonna run out of stuff. It's just gonna become extremely expensive, right? So like that's where I'm sort of basing my take on it. It's like okay, like because helium, for example, it's like I think it was like 1% of the total production cost. If it goes up 1%, it's like okay, whatever, right? It's like I'm just gonna like I went to Spain and there were like helium balloons that they were selling. If you can make helium balloons, you can find for the semiconductors. Like the semiconductors have enough bargaining power here, right? So at least for that is. So it's like we're gonna see prices go up. And I had a friend that was just in South Korea, and he said apparently in South Korea, like you don't like there's problems, but you don't see it as blatantly as other places as well. So
Yeah.
it's gonna take some time. I think it's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
Antonio. So far.
Yeah, I mean, also off the back of what Dimitri was saying with the markets ripping and earnings and hopes of peace talks and like the market potentially could have been pricing that in. The other thing is inflation, inflation data coming out, and I'd be interested to see what April's inflation looks like, which comes out next month,
Yeah.
and
The problem
perhaps
is you price it out of that because if you say if any supply shock, you just assume that it's gonna go away the moment this is resolved. So that's the thing with inflation here. Like it might cause some volatility short term, but I don't think it will stick or hold. And now we know that the Fed is not gonna pay attention to it either. So
yeah.
something to keep in mind. That at least that's my base take on it. I could be wrong, but that my base take is that it's like even if we get inflation, even if it's a little bit, like we're likely not gonna act upon that just because of how the Fed's tools will play out. Now, if this lasts until December, because that's what we said about the freaking government shutdown, and then the government shutdown went even longer than anybody expected. So, if the thing is like I think the market right now, the thing that is, which I agree with you, Mimi, on this, is the market for me is thinking that we're gonna resolve this way too quickly, and we are realizing that it's gonna take a little bit longer than expected. Market's just like, oh yeah, tomorrow we solved. No, maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe not.
I have a question for you guys. So let's just thinking out loud, right? Hypothetically, that you're very confident, not obviously 100%, and there's no crystal ball, but let's just say you've done all your analysis and you're confident that this war is going to go on for much longer. We're talking about into the rest of this year, into next year, and then we'll see.
But
Then,
war
which
or
means
ceasefire?
war,
So
right?
like bombs.
Like the conflict will continue, right? Let's just say there is, right? So which means they're going to have to spend a lot more money. The US will spend a lot more money, pouring money into the war. Would as an investor, I think this is like more like an ethical, moral question that some investors and probably traders as well would think about. Like, would you buy defense, Raytheon, all of this. Obviously, Red Cat and drone
I mean, you
companies.
gotta assume that they're already going up, right? Look at the 200 billion Trump is asking for, right? It's just we've seen the price go up. We're seeing probably a rebalancing, but even if there's no war, they're likely to benefit.
No, you know what? Trump wants 1.5 trillion like defense budget next year. So, like, if the war stops tomorrow, they're going to spend the money anyway on defense and on those companies. But to answer your question, I'm not jumping into those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like like an ethical issue. It's because some of the people don't really like them, and it's like you're taking a stance when you're investing in them. Like, I'm gonna invest in anything, and I don't care about human life and all that. And I'm not like that, and I
Yeah.
don't want to be seen to be like that. And besides that, there are so many companies, so many sectors you can choose from to make money. You don't have to invest in them. If you want to, then you should, and you shouldn't be listening to me. But they are not my cup of tea to answer your question.
Yeah, it's a very interesting question because I had a conversation with a fellow trader recently, and that was a topic. It was just, okay, if the war is going to continue, and it's very certain that if it's very certain that it's very continue, how do you navigate that as an investor? And it's obviously it's always a personal choice, and it's like, okay, if I see that this is, for example, I'm just throwing out
This
that
is looking
rating.
interesting, actually.
And
This is a very interesting chart. I had not paid attention to this. This is a very interesting chart. We're bouncing what out of the 200, and then we're probably gonna retest. But then
Yeah.
this is not a bad chart. And the thing is, it's like, okay, I might buy. The thing is, it's like so, because the thing is, so okay, I'll bring it up next week. But it's interesting because the thing is, it's like we say right now, right? Like they missed earnings, right? They've missed earnings now. Okay, why did they miss earnings? This is like they're already throwing the bombs. Like those bombs have been purchased already, but they're gonna purchase more. Now the question is like how do we see war change? Because I think the paradigm of war will shift based on how warfare is being played both in Russia and here, right? Cheap drones, $50,000 drones, just a swarm of them, and then if you have $1,000, $2,000 drones, that's also gonna change that. But the fact that they've come down so much just because it's literally been since March, they've started to take up, and then they ticked up a little bit, but it's 25% down, Lockheed Martin.
I guess Nestor just answered my question.
But also, the Lockheed Martin, do you remember like Trump was on their case to change the way they do business, not to pay as much dividend, to go back into
Yeah.
development, to get their products cheaper for the military. So politics get involved in the sector. And some people don't like it. That personally, I don't like it. I want them to be independent, and I want the free market to decide if their products and services are good. But this is a sector that is not a free market. They create something. The president has to approve that we're selling that to France or to the UK, to our
Yeah.
allies, and he has to okay it. It's like Apple is making phones, but we can only sell them to Europe and not to Asia. Do you like Apple in that case? I don't think you would. You want the free
Yeah.
market, the best products and the best services and the best management team to the market.
No,
is
go.
calling.
If I could buy this company, I would today.
Me too. This is a different company
I
because
would buy this company like
is that?
without thinking. I would put so much money in them.
this guy is something different. This is an up-and-coming guy. Mimi, you have to watch the podcast on Joe
We need
Rogan.
to figure
This
out a way
guy-
to get private shares of this.
Okay. Oh man, there's so many
These
private companies that we can't even buy that will do exceptionally well.
This guy understands, like, the thing is like, so the problem with Lockheed Martin and Raytheon and all of them, like even Boeing, right? Like they all sell military hardware, right? The problem with military hardware is that we were making military hardware for the Cold War, right? It was like, look at my big missile. If you will fight me, I will throw a big missile to you. And it's like, how much you spend in that missile? $100 billion trillion.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, great. right? And then this guy's like, no. Every single car company, every single car factory in America has to be able to turn into missile production like that.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like all of a sudden, like we're not like how many missiles that can we buy? It's like if
Okay.
if it takes you 3 years to make a missile.
Okay, so let me explain it because you skip a part and let me explain this. So the defense companies are so it's so high level. In order to build one missile, they have to do it with their experts in their facility, and the only way they can do it. These people, they claim to make weapons that every car manufacturer in the United States already has the tools to make it. So they just need the planning, and Ford and GM can create weapons for the military if they want to. The military industrial complex is something completely different. They only make it, nobody else knows how to make it. It takes forever and it's so expensive. So this is the flip side of what military spending could be and probably will be. And this guy is very interesting. This guy used to work for Zuckerberg, right, Nestor?
He made the Meta Quest. So you know the
Yes.
first VR glasses, and then he
Yes.
sold. Well, no. So he sold what were they called before? It's going away. The Oculus. He made Oculus Rift, right? So he made the Oculus. He made VR, all of that stuff. Then he grabbed and sold the company to Meta. He worked for Meta for a little while. Then he separated and became the CEO of this.
Yeah.
And like, it's crazy. The things I've seen.
Maybe I'm going to send you a podcast to listen to this guy. He's very, you know what? He looks like out there, like with his
They
dress.
all do, no?
He
All of
looks
these.
out there, but once you listen to him, he's very interesting.
Well, the thing is, like, it's definitely
Yeah.
a problem for the
Yeah, look at
US.
the guy. Look at the guy.
They're all,
Look at
they're going to be a little bit eccentric, right? But it is a problem that needs to be solved, because what I know about the war is that Iran has all these drones that cost about $50,000 per drone, and they're just destroying
Swarm.
these
Yeah, it's a swarm.
these other, whatever you call them, missile launchers that cost hundreds of millions or millions, right?
Yeah.
Like 1
It
million,
takes
2
it-
million,
the-
for
The narrative.
US.
Yeah.
So it's just so expensive for the US to
But it's
continue.
not. Understand, it's not. This is what we hear. But the US has, like, remember that the US has had boots on the ground in Ukraine for a while now. They've been supplying a lot of this stuff. So at the beginning of the war, they were using the interceptors. I don't even know the names, the interceptors. And it was like $1 million for 50,000, right? And they had to shoot like 2 or 3, right? So all that got like turned around because now Ukraine produces drones for like $1,000. So all they need is a guy that can drive this, because right now it's still the AI cannot do it, but it's a guy that can do it. And they're using Elon's Starlink to be able to connect to them in order to get this done. So it's like all of a sudden it's like the technology, like the moment, like I think the Americans now have the Lucas, which is a copy almost 1-to-1, just with better components of the other missile, of the Shahid, which is the Iranian drones,
And on
the
top of that,
Patriots. Yeah.
and on top of that, every major military contractor in the United States saw that, and they already have a product already in production to sell to the government. Say, you know what? Remember the problem you had in the Iran? There you go. I'm going to send you 1 billion, cajillion of them for whatever. So
How much are they
Like-
each?
The drones,
Yeah.
they're like, I think they're a little bit more expensive than the Shahids. Like the Lucas is like, I think like 100K or 200K more.
No,
Like
they're not
no, sorry, 10K, 10 or 20K more.
Oh,
I
wow.
buy wine more expensive
Yeah,
than those drones.
but the thing is like
Oh.
because if you look at both economies
Flex.
in terms of like ratios, it's nothing to the Americans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's insane.
Did we just slipped in a flex just then? It's true, guys. It's true. He does actually.
Yeah, He looks like a surfer. Yeah, apparently, yeah, apparently he was wearing suits, and people were like, "Oh, you've changed. Now that you're rich, you've changed." And he was like, "No, I just what?"
He,
So he just started.
he went to
Yeah.
Joe Rogan and did a podcast, and he was wearing like a jacket. It was from copper, right? A copper jacket, and it
Of
was
what?
a copper. You know, copper,
Is it
the metal.
copper? Wow.
Copper,
I thought it was
yes.
fancy
Yes,
brand.
Yeah.
he was wearing a copper jacket, and
Okay.
I mean, you have to watch the podcast. It's like ridiculous and funny and interesting at the same time. But yeah, this guy is interesting. He doesn't sound like a very typical like, yeah, sure.
It's always the eccentric that
Yeah, there
really
you go.
creates something. That's wow. Okay.
Like he started Oculus at 15.
He was a gamer.
Mimi.
He's a gamer.
Wow.
He was a gamer. Like he was just like, let's look at VR technology. And
Yeah.
he just started going at it. And like now he's worth a couple of billion, no more. I think he's worth more.
Oh,
I think they raised capital like in the last couple of months. They raised a lot of capital for
I
this.
want to buy it so bad. I want to buy it so bad.
you want to buy one?
Like they have wall hacks in real life. Like I know what wall hacks can do in a video game. And they have wall hacks. So what they do is they'll have like glasses. And all of the glasses are connected to the drone. And the drone is connected to the internet, to Starlink or whatever service. Right? So when the drone sees an enemy, it would put the person, the enemy shadow or stick figure behind the wall that the person is looking at, based on the position that they're in. So let's say there's a guy behind the wall. You'll be able to see the guy before he sees you because the drone that's already seeing the guy tells you that he's there.
Wow.
It's wall hacks. It's wall hacks. It's insane.
I
Like-
learned a new word today.
Like and like they have like automation is coming in here. Like this is AI.
That's
You want to
insane.
see where AI is being played here. You know what I mean? AI is being like you know, it's like, because the thing is everybody's like, let's do human or robots. I want somebody to clean my house, and I'm like, dude, like who cares, right?
Marcus-
Like
sorry guys.
I just need a robot that can understand how to do a propeller and like figure out how the fuck to run a propeller. That's it. And run the propeller, and it's just one job. Just run it where don't hallucinate and fuck shit up. You know, it's like, but holy smokes, like I want to find the video. I just don't know where it is, but this is changed. But it's like
Okay. I'm just gonna
connected
see what
eagle eye. This is nuts. Mimi, I sent
Yes.
you this.
No, that movie is.
Did you?
I think
What's
so.
that movie?
No, you didn't.
It's a good movie.
So
You
look at
sent me
this,
a
right?
lot.
So the guy has the glasses, and he just saw the enemy. That's the enemy right there, right? This is the enemy right there. And the enemy goes behind the wall, and he can see the shadow of the guy because it's connected. So the
Yeah.
other guys can now see the guy
Yeah.
because they know, and then he can see where where he's going, because it's like, at the moment you can see him, you can just predict. And if the drone can see it, you can see it. So this all connects to each other. It's
Yeah.
insane.
I
see?
am.
Like,
Yeah.
did you see that? Did you see that little bit where it's just like he can see his allies on the other side of the container too?
Wow.
It's insane.
That's insane.
It's insane, and that's only one of the things that are working, because it's like, yeah, like and you look at the glasses, the eagle eye thing, and it's like, look, like it's just like you see.
Can't
So
hear
it's
the.
like- So you see, and it's like
Yeah.
those are cameras, and it has cameras, like cameras here, everywhere, and it just like connects. Now that's cool. That's next level shit.
I'm gonna have to go, guys. My laptop is running out of battery, and the market's just opened.
Market opened.
Yeah.
How's
I mean, it's only been 3 minutes, so don't know
Yeah,
yet.
market's open.
All right,
Yeah, I'm 3 minutes late.
Nesta, I'm gonna go.
All right. Yeah, I'll put you in the background.
Yeah.
I'll put you in the background. Sorry, we said not an hour, but it ended up
No,
being.
that's okay. I enjoyed it
We're
very
like,
much.
not an hour this time.
You guys woke me
alright.
up. You guys woke me up. Okay, gotta go.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Just don't close the tab. Yeah, but this is cool. And there are ways, Dimitris, there's ways we could buy this.
I think there is a company, there is a ticket that you buy private companies. You don't buy like specific one, you buy like a basket of them.
Correct.
What is it like? CRX, CVX? I saw that on CNBC.
No, CVX is Chevron.
No,
It's still haunting you at night. No, I should have bought oil.
let me see. Private companies.
Semis continues to go up. Like, as long as semis are up, I mean, like, this is just because what the fuck? Texas Semiconductor is up 14%. I'm making money because I'm what? I'm making money
Which
with
one?
that, not because I have the Texas Instruments.
Yeah.
14% up. Like, it was so, like, apparently sentiment was really bearish into earnings, and apparently earnings were good. So that's
You
what
were-
happens too.
You know what? You were telling me about that last night. Let's tell the people that were discussing this last night, and I told you I would want to get into this company. Well, not ended up doing it, but so there you go.
Which one?
No, the Texas Instruments.
Yeah, I called. Yeah, I didn't call it. I mean, like, I just saw it. But like, I'm making money because I mean, I saw Excel. That's it. SO Excel is at 110. It's 1,200% return. Wow. I bought that position. Liberation Day.
Liberation Day last year.
Yeah, like the Liberation Day dump. That's insane. I think my entry, my average entry on SOXL is $8.48.
Let me see what the market is doing.
No, that's not it. I didn't enter there. There we go. Right there.
What's the name of the company of that ticket that you can buy private?
I don't know.
No, I've seen it on CNBC for the love of God, and it doesn't come to me right now.
AOG. Wait. Yeah. A week ago it was 35 here. Here. 160% is done. No, yeah. Yeah, 160% from the lows. A ver. There was jobless claims. But jobless claims is like a delayed. Because it takes a little bit of time, so maybe. Continuous jobless claims higher than expected, okay. Yeah, but then ADP has been better than expected. Do we have no, we don't. We don't.
My upload? My uploading
Oh, wait, we're still live.
was the live?
Yeah, we're still live. We're still live. All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Thank you, Dragos. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Sadi. All
Thank you,
you
guys.
guys are MVPs. Yes. If you have any questions, you know where to find us, Discord, and the comment section. Thanks so much. Peace.